If you want to know how to get an HDMI input on your Model S or Model X, keep watching this video. Hey YouTube, the moment's finally here. I bought the HDMI interface box for the Tesla Model S/X. Now, people have been trying to do this since the Model S came out. They want to be able to play any HDMI input over the backup camera video. So a company has finally been able to crack the code. Apparently it's a lot harder than we all thought. So I ordered this kit. It's about $500 shipped. The company's in Hong Kong. The box came a little nicer package than this, but I just wanted to show you what's included, and I plan on continuing this video with how to install it. I'm not quite sure yet how to do that, but here's just an unpacking. You get the control unit. It's a nice aluminum body. So how this interfaces is you plug in your backup camera into this, and your HDMI feed goes into this. So it sits between the backup camera and the car, okay? And it allows you to switch on the fly between HDMI and your backup camera. All right, so what's included is this, here's the module. Here's the HDMI input. That's the power plug right there on the right. There's the input and output for the backup camera, okay? You get this, not sure what it does, but it's a CAN bus controller of some sort. I think this interfaces with the car. There's a shortcut in the car that lets you quickly switch between the two. I'm not sure what it is yet. There are no instructions included with this, so I'm going to search online. Hopefully there is something. Here's the camera. The camera cables. This looks like the power cable. This is going to plug into the control box, and this is plugging into, not sure yet. It's plugging into the OBD2 connector somehow. We'll figure it out. And then here's the OBD2 port. This goes into your car. It reads the signals and also gets power to power the unit. So if you see, it's a male and female end, so you can still plug in whatever else you want into there. It doesn't take up the port. Some more extension cables, and this. I believe one of these was I remember reading online, one of them was for the Model X, one was for the Model S. We'll figure it out. And it's also nice they include a really long HDMI cable extension. You see it's flat too, so it's easy to tuck away and be able to plug in whatever else you want into it. I plan on putting an Amazon Fire Stick. I don't know how that's going to go yet, but we'll see. That's just a quick unboxing. Everything seems pretty top-notch quality, so I'm expecting a lot from this product, especially at the price point, which I find very inexpensive if it does what it says it's supposed to do. So the first order of business is I know that this part has to come off. I saw a quick YouTube video that they had on their YouTube channel, but it was for the right, where the steering wheel was on the right side, but I assume it's the same here. This has to come off. Supposedly, you just pull. There's clips holding this in. Supposedly, you could just pull. It's a bit tough to do holding this, so let me turn it off and I'll come back. Okay, so how I started was I lifted the steering wheel all the way up, and I got my fingers into the grooves over here, and held from both sides, here and here, and pulled back hard. You have to pull hard, because there's clips holding these in. So that's the way to start it, and I'm gonna start going around now, and doing this, pulling across the whole thing. It's a pretty big piece, so it's gonna take me a bit. I figured out the side panel needs to come out first. This just pops right off. I put my finger in and pulled it right out. See, it's kind of see the grooves here? These clips were holding that side over there. It should start being a little bit easier. See, they're just starting to pop right out. So I was wondering why this panel wasn't coming out too easily, and I looked underneath, and there's one Torx screw. It's a T20. It's right there. You have to remove it. I don't believe there's any other ones. I looked under, and that's the only one I see. So So I took the panel off, I got it off, and the left side was easy to pull off, but the right side of the panel was really stuck. And the way I got it off was I put my fingers right here in the groove and just pulled back as hard as I could, and it just popped all out. So the panel's out now, we can begin the installation. So the rear camera cable is underneath, it's behind this, where the door sill is. So this piece just pops right out, and then push it aside, and you'll see cables inside. So one of them is the camera cable. So in my car, it was the very first cable because I looked, and this one matches. That one matches. It was the very first one. The plug looks similar to the one they include. So I unplugged it, and the rear camera just went out on my car. So that's the one I'm going to try right now. So the company gives you two sets of wires. One is for the Model X and one for the Model X. There's no indicator, but you will know that it's not right when it doesn't plug in to this cable. So I tried both until I got the right one. And then I plugged them in to the box, and I'm going to plug it into the OBD2 port now to power it up and see if it works. So let me just show you real quick how it's wired. That's going to the camera. Then you got that plug coming in. Then these come out. It's plugging into the blue box, and from the blue box comes this this long power adapter. Now, out of the blue box, there's two sets of wires, and they're identical. I'm not sure. See here, you have a spare of these for some reason. So I'm assuming one's Model X, one's Model S. Again, there's no indicator. So it either works or it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, we'll swap those two out. So I plugged in the OBD2 port to power the unit, and my backup camera popped right back up. Now to figure out how to switch to HDMI. Now that I confirmed the camera works, I put the panel back on, this one right here. And I tucked the wires and ran them up to here. So the camera works whether or not that unit is powered up. I plugged in the OBD2 cable, and I just ran it from the side. Comes out this hole, just from the back. Okay, I plugged in the unit. Now let's test it, see if it works. Okay, I just tried it and it did work. So here's how you do it. You hold the menu button for 2 seconds. You'll hear it click. My Fire TV is still loading. So we can confirm the video works. Fire Stick is working great. Looks perfect. I ran the HDMI cable from the side over here up into there. That's where I just threw the box back there. There's no really nice mounting point back there, and I didn't want to. Looks like some Tesla device back there, and I didn't want to have it right on top of it because I didn't want to mount it or Velcro it to that little. It looks like a piece of electronic, and I didn't want it to heat up or anything. So I'm just throwing it back there. There's no way for it to fall through, I don't think, into any of the driving essentials over there, a steering wheel or anything. So I zip tied these all together. I'm gonna throw them back there. And the HDMI cable, I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna run it underneath the carpet or along this liner. Not really sure what I'm gonna do yet. Here's how everything looks tucked back there. Seems pretty good. I don't see it going anywhere. Even if it moves around in here, I doubt it, but it looks pretty good to me. Alright, I think I figured out my goal here. I'm running the wire through the back over there. You see that cable? I'm going to tuck it underneath the carpet and go all the way across. Okay? And then, since I have this off, I'm going to pull a pole through there and pull the wire out. And underneath the little cubby over there in the front, there's just enough room to get that HDMI cable through. So just like leave it there. And I'll have it in front of the cubby right here, just dangling inside. See that little nook over there? It can go in there. I somehow managed to get the wire through here. And I'm just going to leave it in there. And anytime I don't need it, I can just tuck it down there. It won't be visible.